How can you create a comfortable and inviting ambiance to your spring home decor? You can add a touch of warmth and coziness by making coffee-inspired accents. Hi, I'm Robin. For my first DIY, I took an empty cardboard box and I cut off part of the lid with an X-Acto knife. Then I took a sanding sponge and just sanded off all of the rough parts. Next, I took a garden stake and I just measured where I would like to cut each piece so I could glue them on to give the box some texture. I sanded all around the wood and then I found a picture on the web so I could use it as a decorative wood piece. After printing and cutting out the picture using my paper cutter, I used gloss Mod Podge on the top of the piece and I just took a paintbrush to smooth it out and then I placed my picture on top. I had this little thing that I got at Dollar Tree that I used to smooth out all of the wrinkles. I decided I was going to add Waverly wax to the wood part of the box, but I didn't like how it was turning out. So I took black paint and a little bit of water and mixed them together and added them on the side. Once that was done, I took burnt umber paint and completely covered all of the top except for the little coffee pitcher. I took my scissors and I cut out the 2 flaps on either side of the box. Then I decided to use some burlap tape that I got from Dollar Tree and I just cut some pieces off and put that burlap tape on either side where the 2 flaps were originally, just to give it a little bit more class. Then I took another piece and I folded it over onto itself and I added it on with hot glue just to make a little clasp. I decided once again to paint over the wood, and this time I used burnt umber because I wanted it to match the top of the box. I had this stencil that I got from Dollar Tree and I decided I wanted to put the fresh part on for fresh coffee. So just using white paint, I dabbed it into the stencil all over the fresh. And then I just lifted it up very carefully and I got it on the top of the box. I really like how it's looking so far, but I thought it needed a little something else. So I had this wicker piece from one of those hats from Dollar Tree, a summer hat that I had taken apart last year. And I just used hot glue and attached a little bit to the front. I took another little piece and I placed it over the latch part just to hold it down and give the illusion that the box was closed with a latch, even though it wasn't. And then I had these little flower embellishments that I received from BeeBeeCrafts and I just added those on to complete the look. Add a cozy and rustic touch to your home using this decorative storage box to keep your coffee beans or coffee-related accessories in. It could also be used as a centerpiece on your coffee table or your kitchen counter to hold small plants or succulents. For my next DIY, I decided to create a natural and earthy feel by using 2 small glass containers that I found at Dollarama. I filled them halfway with sawdust And you want to be really careful when you're working with sawdust because it did make me sneeze. But it was something that I had on hand and I had lots of because I do use a scroll saw. And I topped the remaining half with instant coffee. To complete the look, I added 2 faux succulents, 1 in each container. This unique combination of materials creates a warm and inviting atmosphere that would look great on any coffee table. The rich brown color of the coffee paired with the rustic texture of the sawdust provides a great contrast to the vibrant green of the succulents. For my next DIY project, I created a charming coffee sign by using a whiteboard corkboard hybrid. First, I used carbon paper to trace a template of the design, which included the words coffee, day, and some coffee beans. I then carefully cut out the traced designs using my scroll saw. To highlight the design, I traced around it with a white chalk marker on a blackboard and created a backing for the sign. For added rustic charm, I attached thick jute rope around the border, just with some hot glue. This coffee sign would make a beautiful addition to any coffee-themed decor and would look particularly lovely on a shelf. The black and white contrast of the sign paired with the natural jute rope creates a timeless and classic look that would add warmth and character to any space. For my next project, I decided to upcycle an empty instant coffee container. First, I removed the label and applied Mod Podge to the glass jar using a makeup sponge. Then I covered the jar completely with white paint, and using burnt umber paint, I added some streaks over the white paint and mixed some more paint to create a light brown cream color. I used this to paint the lid of the jar and also at the top of the jar. To make it look more like cold coffee, I added a swirl of brown paint at the top to simulate the whipped cream. Finally, I painted over the creation with beige paint and used Waverly wax to dry brush over it, giving it a cool and finished look. This coffee-inspired jar would make a great addition to any coffee decor. You could use it as a decorative piece on a shelf or coffee table. The color scheme and design of the jar will add a touch of elegance and sophistication to your space, while also showing your love for coffee. This DIY project is a fun and creative way to repurpose an everyday item into a beautiful decorative piece for your home. Coffee is a beloved beverage that many people enjoy, and incorporating it into your home decor adds a warm and cozy atmosphere to your space. The use of earthy tones, warm lighting, and coffee-inspired accents can create a comfortable and inviting ambience that's perfect for relaxing and socializing. Infuse your home with a warm and inviting feel that reflects your love for coffee. Appreciate the comforting feeling that comes with a warm cup of coffee by incorporating coffee-themed decor into your home. For more rustic-inspired style designs, click on the next video.